The last flight of 2025 was also by far my worst flight, so I'm going to bring you along for a travel day. But first, we were at my cottage in Nova Scotia. It was a blue sky, beautiful day before we drove back to my parents' house, which is about an hour from the cottage. We had to pack up all our Christmas gifts and pack up everything and get ready to head to the airport. We didn't want our parents driving in the dark, so we headed to the airport a little bit early, and we're actually flying to Halifax, so it was a bit longer of a drive than the airport we usually fly out of. And almost as soon as we arrived at the airport and had gone through security, we got a notification that our flight was going to be delayed by like an hour, which wasn't anything crazy. So we went and sat at the Firkin, we watched football, had a couple drinks, some food, and was killing time pretty well. After about 3.5 hours at the airport, it was finally time to board our flight, and I dove into a bunch of reading. I got 40% through Throne of Glass. You should all be very proud of me. I finally got into it. This is where hell happened though, because we landed in Toronto at 9:15 and we stayed on the tarmac, like on the airplane, for another 2.5 hours after that. At first there was no gate, and then there was no grounds crew, and look, I didn't even have the worst of it. There was people trying to make connections, and that's who I felt bad for. I was just trying to head home, but it was just such a long day. Then I was all excited because I was finally off the plane, and I was like, oh my god, look at all these people waiting for baggage. And then bags took over an hour. It was kind of insane. And look, this is just the reality of traveling during the holidays, but it was just like next level. And the weather was horrible. It looked like doomsday creepiness when we were driving home. Door to door from my cottage to my apartment in Toronto took almost as long if we had just driven. I think I went to bed at 2 a.m., but I'm home now and safe. Thanks for traveling with me.